These are your hidden rewards. Shout out to Jesse D123. Now let's get to finishing the map. Our approach in the digging for case conquest map is going to be different from the usual. Instead of us capturing all the territories that are open, we're going to go right after the Atlanta Braves. Very important that you take this specific pathing, that way you don't block yourself off. Why the Atlanta Braves? Because they have, out of the Yankees and Red Sox and Blue Jays, the most amount of high overall players. Therefore, facing them on veteran difficulty very early on is going to be extremely beneficial. When facing the Atlanta Braves, I always suggest this. Make sure that on this pitching selection screen, you select the starting pitcher that is 5th in terms of overall. That way the Atlanta Braves also select their 5th pitcher when it comes to overall. And then besides that, you just want to make sure that all of the players inside of your lineup are working towards either stat missions or parallel XP missions, either towards Team Affinity or other programs. With 11 million fans, you should be able to get to the New York Yankees and face them at least on All-Star difficulty. I would say go out of your way to at least face them once, twice, or even 3 times until All-Star difficulty is not available, because the faster we knock out these strongholds, the easier it is for us to just capture as many open territories and get to doing what we want to do, which is just reinforce and store them next to the strongholds. Our next step is important because you guys see that we will be able to get to the Boston Red Sox, but you're not going to want to attack them, because if you attack them, it's only on Hall of Fame difficulty, and we're trying to get at least All-Star on each game against the stronghold. If you're new here, please do me a solid, hit that like button, subscribe button, follow button, share the video with friends that need to also finish Conquest, and make sure you guys turn on the notifications so you're notified whenever we do upload. But what we're going to do right here is we're going to press options. We're going to skip to steal fans phase. You do not need to steal any fans. Instead, skip to reinforce phase, and then you are going to reinforce this leading territory right next to the Boston Red Sox. Skip the move fans phase, and then you are going to attack the Boston Red Sox, and just like the Yankees, we're looking to beat them on All-Star difficulty. So now that we captured the first 3 strongholds, with the 7 million fans remaining, we're going to start making our way towards the Toronto Blue Jays, and we are going to park right in front of them. Because we're not attacking the stronghold, it doesn't hurt you to just take this extra open territory, and if you have any extra fans, then continue on taking these open territories until you have none remaining. We're going to face the Blue Jays here, and they're going to stay at 7 million fans, so we should be able to face them on All-Star difficulty without a problem. Now, the only thing I will say about facing the Blue Jays on All-Star difficulty now is that once you capture them, you would be forced to do a couple of simulations, which I don't think is the best option until you get a good beefy number going right after you capture them. So I'm going to instead capture as many open territories as I possibly can, and you always want to count how many open territories you have remaining. So we would need 9 million fans here in order to capture every territory inside that circle, and then afterwards we can start making our focus towards the Toronto Blue Jays. Once again, capturing these open territories, make sure you do not lock yourself in. Here, all we will need is roughly 6. So we need our territory to have 7 million fans. The Texas Rangers most likely are going to capture 2 territories, so we're going to be a little bit smarter, and we're only going to put 5 million on 1 territory, and then the rest is going to go to the stronghold next to the Toronto Blue Jays. And with this 5 million territory, we're going to see where the Rangers move, and they actually decide to lock themselves in, preventing that 2 million from moving anywhere. With our 8 million over here, we can now go ahead and attack the Toronto Blue Jays, and this is going to be what we're going to do just to prevent them from continuing to move out with those territories or continue on reinforcing. Once you capture the Blue Jay stronghold, you're not going to go ahead and simulate against these 2 million fans, because they can no longer capture your stronghold. So instead, skip to steal fans phase, skip to reinforce, and we're going to take care of the other stronghold that is technically blocking us from creating another blockade. We're going to put 13 million fans there, and you're not going to skip the move fans phase. Instead, you are going to move all of your fans over towards that 13 million, and it should be around 19 million that you get up to. And with that 19 million, you are going to go right after the stronghold, and you're going to be able to face them on veteran difficulty. Once you have captured the rangers, you are going to attack most likely the territory from the rangers next to the stronghold that has the least amount of fans. In our case, it was a territory with just 1 million fans, and then we're going to attack the angels, and we're also going to be able to face them on veteran difficulty. Now the next steps are very important, because once you get to this point, you basically are done in terms of having to watch this video, because you will either A, go right after the Athletics and then the White Sox and then be done with these strongholds and just have to capture the territories here, or B, you will go after the Reds, the Mariners, the Astros 3 times, and then the Minnesota Twins. But essentially, you are done. The only thing I would suggest is leaving at least 3 million fans in one of those strongholds, just in case something really weird happens. Now, ideally, the smarter territories to go after are going to be the ones in the top left, because 1, it's only 2 strongholds, and 2, the strongholds on the bottom right will most likely end up facing each other a couple of times, allowing you some breathing room to not have to face those territories at such huge numbers. But it shouldn't even really matter to you, because at the end of it all, you're going to be coming in with 30+ million fans each and every single time. So it looks like it is going to be a bit easier to go after the Chicago White Sox than it will be to go after the Oakland Athletics, because they have that 5 million territory blocking them from being attacked. And yes, the White Sox have that 4 million territory, but anytime, any day, you will take a simulation against a 4 million territory, then a 5 million territory. We're going to be able to face them all the way on rookie, and that is going to be perfect, because you should be able to ace it and then go ahead and capture the next 2 territories. Now listen to me carefully. I would not go and capture this territory and then simulate here. I would just capture this territory and then skip to reinforce. Once we reinforce all of our fans to this leading territory and then capture the Oakland Athletics stronghold. And then every single open territory that you possibly can capture without simulating, you go ahead and capture as well, up to this stronghold right here. Put 1 million fans here, 1 million fans here, and take those open territories. Same thing with 1 million fans here. Afterwards, as long as there are no 3 million territories surrounding your territories, all you have to do, reinforce everything to this leading stronghold. And with this leading stronghold, make a direct line towards the Cincinnati Reds. After you finish that direct line, then you can go towards the Seattle Mariners. If these territories are open, even better, go after the Seattle Mariners and then infiltrate the Minnesota Twins from the bottom, because these strongholds are a lot weaker than going after the Houston Astros and starting at the top left, considering they have a ton of more fans available over there. The only thing I also suggest is making sure that if you are going to capture the Cincinnati Reds and then go after the Seattle Mariners, that you leave a good amount of fans. I would suggest around 5 million fans on this stronghold right here, just in case anything funny happens. But nothing funny should happen, because they can't circle you in anymore and attack your stronghold. Once you continue on doing reinforcements, just reinforcing an attack and moving fans and capturing all the open territories, you will be awarded with the 93 overall Kendall Graveman, who has great hit per 9, great pitching clutch, and a really good arsenal. Only thing he's missing is outlier, but he should be more than good enough, especially as a free season 1 card that you get for just grinding Conquest. If you guys did end up enjoying today's content, please make sure to hit that like button, red subscribe button, notification bell, follow button, whatever it is that you can go ahead and interact and support the channel with. Make sure you do that to continue on helping this channel grow. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.